Shaleknai, Jikrin Quinzi, Shoshri, Danwai Oshi, UAF Chancellor Ikhli. Welcome and good evening. I am Dan White, I'm UAF's Chancellor. It's an honor to welcome you in Gwich'in to remind us that here at UAF, we acknowledge the Alaska Native Nations on whose ancestral lands we work and learn. And here on the Trothyeda campus, we are on the traditional lands of the Dene people of the lower Tanana River. And in their words, Basicho Trothyeda, Kwitsin Naktako. Thank you for being here at Trothyeda. You are welcome. This evening we celebrate the 2023 emeriti, student speakers, student awardees, Meritorious Service Award recipients, and honorary doctorates. Thank you to UA System Vice President Paul Layer and Regents Ralph Seekins and Karen Perdue, two regents who care a great deal about UAF. Thank you for joining us tonight in this celebration. Also joining us on stage is Associate Vice Chancellor for Rural Community and Native Education, Dr. Jessica Black, our Provost and Executive Vice Chancellor, Dr. Anupma Prakash, our Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs and Enrollment Management, Owen Guthrie. Thank you for joining us. Our emeritus recognition honors retired faculty and staff who have served this university with distinction. We recognize our student speaker, who was selected by her peers to represent her graduating class at tomorrow's commencement ceremony. We celebrate student awardees who have excelled in reaching their goal of attaining a world-class education here at UAF. And we will celebrate with great gratitude our Meritorious Service Awardees. And finally, we will celebrate and honor the extraordinary achievements of our honorary doctorates. Presenting these awards is my honor and privilege. Congratulations to each of you, and for your service, for your commitment, and for your contributions. We share your pride and look forward to a continued partnership as we work and build forward together. Thank you. At this time, I ask University of Alaska System Vice President for Academics, Students, and Research, Paul Layer, to share remarks.
Thank you, Chancellor White, for allowing me to be a part of this ceremony representing University of Alaska President Pat Pitney, recognizing the 2023 UAF Emeriti, student speakers, student awardees, Meritorious Service Award recipients, and honorary degree recipients. Each of the individuals we recognize today has made a major contribution to the University of Alaska story, and I thank you for your dedication to UAF, the Fairbanks community, and the state. Congratulations to our student awardees. You have accomplished much, and we are proud to have you as UAF graduates. We know you will go far wherever your path may take you. For the emeritus faculty and staff and Meritorious Service Award recipients, I've known and worked with many of you over my career at UAF and at the system office, and I have valued your counsel, mentorship, and friendship over many years. You exemplify the best of what UAF has to offer, and I am pleased to see that you are receiving the recognitions you so fully deserve. Thank you once again, Chancellor White, and congratulations to you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice President Lair, for joining us today. I now invite the person who ensures the success of the academic mission of this great university, our Provost and Executive Vice Chancellor, to recognize this year's emeriti. Dr. Prakash.
Thank you, Chancellor White. Emeritus status is the highest honor that can be bestowed on a retiring faculty or staff member. It is not a status that is automatically awarded upon retirement. The emeritus status is conferred by the university to recognize the retirees' significant accomplishments and contributions to the university over the course of their career. Tonight, we are recognizing the 2023 emeriti that truly merit this distinction. Would our 2023 emeriti please join me on stage? Dr. Catherine L. Arndt, Associate Professor of Library Science, Emeritus. Dr. Catherine L. Arndt has served the University of Alaska Fairbanks with distinction in teaching, research, and public service from 1989 to 2023. Dr. Arndt's unique expertise in Alaska history, and especially in the Russian-Alaska time period, has greatly benefited the Rasmussen's Library's world-class collections and the researchers who use them. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Catherine L. Arndt, Emeritus. Ms. Sandra Boatwright, Proposals and Publications Office Manager, Emeritus. Ms. Sandra Boatwright has served the University of Alaska Fairbanks with distinction in proposal preparation and technical editing from 1993 to 2023. Ms. Boatwright has helped hundreds of researchers submit hundreds of proposals while at the College of Engineering and Mines and Institute of Northern Engineering. Please join me in congratulating Ms. Sandra Boatwright, Emeritus. Dr. Richard Scott Carr, Professor of English, Emeritus. Dr. Richard Scott Carr has served the University of Alaska Fairbanks with distinction in teaching, research, and service from 1995 to 2023. Dr. Carr has been recognized as an outstanding teacher on multiple occasions and has contributed to a broad range of courses. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Richard Scott Carr, Emeritus. Mrs. Cecilia Chamberlain, Executive Officer for Business, Emeritus. Mrs. Cecilia L. Chamberlain has served the University of Alaska Fairbanks with distinction in administrative and financial positions from 1989 to 1990 and from 1991 to 2023. Mrs. Chamberlain most recently played an invaluable role in managing the financial operations of the College of Rural and Community Development, where her expertise and institutional knowledge guided and informed critical decisions. Please join me in congratulating Mrs. Cecilia Chamberlain, Emeritus. Mr. William J. Cox, Director of Utilities, Emeritus. Mr. William J. Cox has served the University of Alaska Fairbanks with distinction in facilities, maintenance, and operation from 1987 to 1991 and from 1993 to 2023. Mr. Cox worked at the heating, ventilation, and air conditioning shop for 17 years, first as a technician and then supervisor, before serving as maintenance superintendent for 9 years. And he spent his last 2 years as the Director of Utilities, overseeing UF's heat, power, and water utility operations. Please join me in congratulating Mr. William J. Cox, Emeritus. Dr. Carrie W. DeWitt, Associate Professor of Geosciences, Emeritus. Dr. Carrie W. DeWitt has served the University of Alaska Fairbanks with distinction in teaching, research, and public service from 1999 to 2022. Dr. DeWitt has served as Geography Department Chair and Program Coordinator for a dozen years. He taught a variety of courses, creating unique learning opportunities for UAF students. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Carrie W. DeWitt, Emeritus. Dr. Peter A. DeCaro, Associate Professor of Communication, Emeritus. Dr. Peter A. DeCaro has served the University of Alaska Fairbanks with distinction in teaching, research, and public service from 2011 to 2023. Dr. DeCaro served as the Department of Communication Chair for many years after his arrival at UAF. Dr. DeCaro was a co-founding member of the Veterans Memorial Project and served in an advising capacity to various military-affiliated groups on campus. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Peter A. DeCaro, Emeritus. Dr. Alexandra F. Fitz, Professor of Spanish and Vice Provost, Dean of General Studies, Emeritus. Dr. Alexandra F. Fitz has served the University of Alaska Fairbanks with distinction in teaching, research, and service from 1995 to 2023. Dr. Fitz served as chair of the Department of Foreign Languages and Literatures for 6 years, during which time she earned a reputation for her wise, steady guidance. She continues as Vice Provost and Dean of General Studies, contributing to the academic experiences of students by providing guidance to deans and directors. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Alexandra F. Fitz, Emeritus. Mr. Philip Harrington, Executive Officer, Emeritus. Mr. Philip Harrington has served the University of Alaska Fairbanks and the University of Alaska System with distinction in fiscal management from 1990 to 2023. Mr. Harrington is renowned throughout UF as an outstanding leader, able to change processes, create efficiency, and build cohesive teams. Please join me in congratulating Mr. Philip Harrington, Emeritus. Dr. Eric Heiner, Professor of English, Emeritus. Dr. Eric Heiner has served the University of Alaska Fairbanks with distinction in teaching, research, and service from 1986 to 2023. He is currently the longest-serving faculty member in the College of Liberal Arts. Dr. Heiner distinguished himself for his excellence in teaching, offering instruction not only in introductory courses, but also in upper division and graduate courses, seminars, and studies of unique topics. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Eric Heiner, Emeritus. Dr. Sandhanu Kataniyan, Professor of Petroleum Engineering, Emeritus. Dr. Sandhanu Kataniyan has served the University of Alaska Fairbanks with distinction in teaching, research, and service from 1991 to 2023. Dr. Kataniyan has taught a broad range of courses in petroleum engineering, and his students recognize his teaching abilities with 6 outstanding faculty awards from 1992 to 2020. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Santanu Kataniyan, Emeritus. Mr. Rick McDonald, Professor of Computer Information Systems, Emeritus. Mr. Rick McDonald has served the University of Alaska Fairbanks with distinction in teaching and service from 2014 to 2023. Mr. McDonald has greatly benefited UF Community and Technical College students through his expert teaching in the information technology field. Please join me in congratulating Mr. Rick McDonald, Emeritus. Ms. Patricia Martinez Merritt, Professor of Early Childhood Education, Emeritus. Ms. Patricia Martinez Merritt has served the University of Alaska Fairbanks with distinction in teaching, research, and service from 1986 to 2023. Ms. Merritt is a superb teacher and expert in her field. She received the 2019 Emil Uzibeli Distinguished Teaching Award, and she was an early leader in bringing courses online to serve students in all walks of life and in all locations. Please join me in congratulating Ms. Patricia Martinez Merritt, Emeritus. Ms. E. Michelle Stalder, Dean of the Community and Technical College, Emeritus. Ms. E. Michelle Stalder has served the University of Alaska Fairbanks with distinction in executive, administrative, and staff positions from 1981 to 2023. Ms. Stalder has applied unstinting hard work, innovation, professionalism, and dedication to develop the UAF Community and Technical College and advocate for its mission. Please join me in congratulating Ms. E. Michelle Stalder, Emeritus. Ms. Kimberly Aragon Stewart, Instructor of Spanish, Emeritus. Ms. Kimberly Aragon Stewart has served the University of Alaska Fairbanks with distinction in teaching and service from 1994 to 2023. Ms. Stewart is known for her outstanding teaching and mentorship. Her creative and challenging methods drew a dedicated following among students. Please join me in congratulating Ms. Kimberly Aragon Stewart, Emeritus. Mr. Mark D. Young, Associate Professor of Applied Accounting, Emeritus. Mr. Mark D. Young has served the University of Alaska Fairbanks with distinction in teaching and service from 2006 to 2023. Mr. Young has demonstrated exceptional leadership on many CTC committees. He served as a dynamic chair and coordinator for the department, where he promoted the program, created new curriculum, mentored faculty, and led the advisory council. Please join me in congratulating Mr. Mark D. Young, Emeritus. Not all our 2023 emeriti were able to join us tonight. I would like to recognize Vikas Sonwalkar and Kim Davis, who were awarded emeritus status this year, but were unable to attend tonight. Please join me in congratulating our 2023 emeriti. Thank you for your service.
Thank you, Provost Prakash. I now invite Owen Guthrie, Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs and Enrollment Management, to come forward to recognize this year's student awardees and student commencement speaker. Vice Chancellor Guthrie.
Thank you, Chancellor White. Would Kaylin Moore Thomas please join me on stage? The Joel Weigert Award was established by the Fairbanks Building Trades Council and the Fairbanks Central Labor Council. It goes to an exceptional student receiving an associate's degree. This year, we are pleased to honor Kaylin Moore Thomas as the Joel Weigert Award recipient. Kaylin Moore Thomas is a College of Business and Security Management student at the University of Alaska Fairbanks. He earned his Associate of Arts degree at UAF in December 2022 and is currently pursuing his Bachelor's of Management. During his academic career, Kaylin has maintained a 3.94 GPA, earning him 3 consecutive years on the Chancellor's List. In addition to his studies, Kaylin likes to spend his time volunteering around his community. He's worked with Santa's Helpers. He's a regular volunteer at the food bank. Kaylin has always been passionate about owning his own business, and in 2022, he founded 907 Foam Flingers. His business offers mobile Nerf and Gel Blaster events, specializing in providing family entertainment in the interior of Alaska. Kaylin, thank you for choosing UAF. As a symbol of our appreciation, please accept this gift. Thank you, Kaylin. We wish you, Kaylin, all the very best in your future endeavors as a proud alumnus of the University of Alaska Fairbanks. Would Riley von Borstel please join me on stage? We are very pleased to honor Riley von Borstel as this year's Marion Frances Boswell Memorial Award recipient. This award recognizes an individual who inspires other undergraduates to conduct themselves as responsible individuals. Riley von Borstel is from Seward, Alaska, and is graduating with a Bachelor's of Arts in Justice, and a Bachelor's of Arts in Political Science, and a Bachelor's in Performing Arts, with a minor in social work, and a minor in psychology, and a minor in creative writing. Congratulations. Riley comes from a family of many UAF alum and has made the absolute most of her college experience by being involved in various activities, including ASUAF student governance, the UF Honors College, multiple theater productions at both UAF and in the Fairbanks community, multiple internships, and multiple student jobs around campus. Riley would like to thank her family, friends, and loved ones for their continued support throughout her higher education. Riley, congratulations. As a symbol of our appreciation, please accept this gift. Each year, ASUF Student Governance selects a student to present our commencement speech. The speaker is chosen from among many graduates as one who positively represents UAF. This year, Tashina Lutaween will represent the class of 2023 in the ceremony at the Carlson Center tomorrow. Would you please join me on stage, Tashina? Tashina is a non-traditional first-generation student whose journey to earning a degree began 31 years ago. She relocated to Alaska from Idaho in 1996 as a national student exchange from Boise State University. She spent a semester in Juneau and then transferred to Fairbanks. Tashina went to work for Tanana Chiefs Conference for the community health development and started traveling the interior working with prevention, chaperoning elders and youth for Danakanaga, and filling in at Old Minto Family Recovery Camp. Her story of survival, hope, recovery, and resilience inspired the selection committee, which was unanimous in their selection. Outside of UAF, Tashina is employed by the City of Fairbanks as the Reentry Coalition Coordinator, where she works with citizens returning from incarceration and provides support for those experiencing addiction. Tashina completed her bachelor's in interdisciplinary studies with minors in both justice and political science and history, through UAF in August of 2022. Thank you for being our speaker tomorrow, Tashina. One moment. I was fortunate enough to be able to spend some time with Tashina and to get to know her a little, I want to congratulate ASUF on their choices for our student speaker for commencement tomorrow. She truly is an exemplary model of the grit and resilience of our students, and her story is inspiring. I really hope you all hear her speech tomorrow. I can't wait. So, one last round of applause for Tashina. Back to you, Chancellor White.
Thank you, Vice Chancellor Guthrie. UAF recognizes individuals who have made major contributions to the university and our community through their efforts and support with the Meritorious Service Award. The MSA is the highest non-academic award the university gives. The criteria for individuals to receive a Meritorious Service Award from a university is evidence of significant public, academic, volunteer, or philanthropic service to the university or one of its community campuses or to an Alaska community. UAF's awardees are approved by the University of Alaska Board of Regents. Regent Seekins, please join me to award this year's Meritorious Service Awards.
Thank you, Chancellor. Dr. Carl Benson, will you please join me on the stage? Dr. Carl Benson, before I start with the formal script, I'd also like to congratulate you on two very fine young granddaughters who are exceptional equestrians, as my wife, my daughters, and myself can attest. You should be proud of them, sir. Professor Emeritus Dr. Carl Benson has been associated with UAF for more than 60 years. His career as a researcher and professor of geophysics and geology has been distinguished by significant contributions to snow and ice science in Alaska, Greenland, and Antarctica. Dr. Benson taught and mentored some of today's leading scientists in the field. He worked at the university from 1960 until 1987, including a 3-year term as chairman of the Department of Geology and Geophysics, and has continued his research and teaching and service long after retirement. He continues to give guest lectures, attend graduate student thesis and dissertation defenses, and support the Arctic Institute of North America. Dr. Benson and his wife Ruth are donors, volunteers, and participants in the UAF community. Outside UAF, he's active in civil issues, sharing information via public testimony and newspaper columns. In recognition of his public advocacy and support, the University of Alaska Fairbanks expresses its deep appreciation to Dr. Carl Benson and presents him with this Meritorious Service Award. Please accept our thanks and our congratulations. Joan Braddock, will you please join me on the stage? Microbiologist and UAF alumna Dr. Joan Braddock has been part of the UAF community for more than 4 decades. Dr. Braddock earned her doctorate in oceanography from UAF in 1989 and joined the faculty the following year. Her scientific research focused on bioremediation of environmental contaminants, especially petroleum. Throughout Dr. Braddock's career, she served as a professor and then dean of the College of Natural Science and Mathematics. She retired with emerita status in 2009. Dr. Braddock has returned twice to provide temporary leadership, once as interim dean of the College of Fisheries and Ocean Sciences, and another as director of the University-Alaska Press. Dr. Braddock is also a donor and consistent volunteer at the university. In recognition of her ongoing public service, the University of Alaska Fairbanks expresses its deep appreciation to Dr. Joan Braddock and presents her with this Meritorious Service Award. Please accept our thanks and our congratulations. And now, I invite Chancellor White to the podium to present our next Meritorious Service Award recipients for 2023.
Thank you, Regent Seekins. Ron Inouye, will you please join me on the stage? Ron Inouye served the university for many years as both an employee and an advocate. Mr. Inouye started his university career in 1970 as an instructor at the Ketchikan Community College. Mr. Inouye spent 17 years at the Rasmussen Library's Alaska and Polar Regions Collection and at the UAF Center for Northern Educational Research. At the library, many of his years were dedicated to indexing Alaska's periodicals. Today, that index is widely used by historians, researchers, and students. Mr. Inouye also served as the interviewer for numerous oral history recordings. Ron is a philanthropist and volunteer for numerous university and community organizations, serving with the Friends of the University of Alaska Museum of the North and the Rasmussen's Library's Rare Book Endowment Committee. In recognition for his long service and public advocacy, the University of Alaska Fairbanks expresses its deep appreciation to Mr. Ron Inouye and presents him with this Meritorious Service Award. Please accept our thanks and our congratulations. Jason Godey, would you please come join me on the stage? Mr. Jason Godey has remained an active and engaged part of UAF since he graduated in 2005. Mr. Godey is past president of the UAF Alumni Association Board of Directors, currently chairs the UAF Chancellor's Board of Advisors, and serves as a director on the University of Alaska Foundation Board of Directors. Mr. Godey is an avid hockey fan, and his family, together with his father, established the Godey Family Hockey Scholarship to support UAF student athletes. Mr. Godey's commitment to enriching the student experience through competitive collegiate athletics will be long-lasting, especially if his young defenseman, I think his son is only 11, but if his young defenseman, Robert, plays for UAF, following in the big shoes of former Nanook great Colton Pareko. Mr. Godey is the Vice President for Sales and Strategic Marketing Development at Moda Health. He lives in Oregon with his wife, Katie, and their 4 children, but returns frequently to Fairbanks. Thank you to the whole Godey family for their support of UAF. In recognition of his commitment, service, and public advocacy, the University of Alaska Fairbanks expresses its deep appreciation to Mr. Jason Godey and presents him with the Meritorious Service Award. Please accept our thanks and our congratulations. Congratulations to all our Meritorious Service awardees. As symbols of our appreciation, we have gifts in the lobby that will be waiting for you following the ceremony. Thank you, Regent Seekins. Honorary degrees are bestowed each year on individuals who have had a significant impact on our university, their profession, the state, and/or the nation. The honoree's work and knowledge outside of the academic institution is deemed worthy of the doctorate degree. Selections are made by a committee of faculty members and are approved by the provost, the chancellor, the president, and finally, the Board of Regents. I invite Regent Perdue to come forward to recognize our honorary doctoral degree recipients and to confer the degrees. Regent Perdue, I would like to present to you the 2023 recipients of an honorary degree from the University of Alaska Fairbanks. I'm pleased to present culture bearer Helen McLean. Ms. McLean, will you please join us on the stage?
Helen McLean was born in 1945 in a tent at a spring camp and grew up in Lime Village, which is located along the Stony River in southwest Alaska. Elders trained McLean in the Dena'ina language, and she was charged as a young girl to be a culture bearer. For decades, McLean has worked with students of all backgrounds, from preschoolers to college. She is a master instructor of the Dena'ina language and has a long history of working with doctoral students as a mentor and advisor. She was the primary instructor in 2 films, Living Dena'ina and Dena'ina Birch Baskets. She has served as an elder advisor to UAF's rural development seminars and has been vital in the development of Dena'ina curriculum for university courses. She is considered the most skilled living Dena'ina first language speaker and is known for her ability to bridge Western pedagogy and indigenous ways of knowing. By virtue of the authority vested in me as a member of the Board of Regents under the Constitution of the State of Alaska, I confer upon you the honorary degree of Doctor of Education with all the rights, privileges, and honors pertaining thereto.
Regent Perdue, I am pleased to present Chief Richard Shakle-Ish Peterson. Mr. Peterson, will you please join us on stage?
Richard Shakle-Ish Peterson is Tlingit from the Kagwatan clan, Eagle's Nest House, and a lifelong resident of Southeast Alaska. He grew up in Kasan, a community on Prince of Wales Island, and became the youngest mayor of Alaska in 1997. Mr. Peterson has served as president of the Central Council of Tlingit and Haida Indian Tribes of Alaska, a federally recognized tribe in Southeast Alaska, He's done that since 2014. Mr. Peterson has a strong background in public service, in entrepreneurship, and leads the largest regional tribe in the state with a focus on economic development, tribal sovereignty, and community sustainability. Mr. Peterson's innovative approach to supporting Southeast Alaska communities through the COVID-19 pandemic has been adopted and recognized as a template for the best practices in tribal disaster management by the Federal Emergency Management Agency. So, by the virtue of the authority invested in me as a member of the Board of Regents under the Constitution of the State of Alaska, I confer upon you the honorary degree of Doctor of Laws, with all the rights, privileges, and honors pertaining thereto.
Our honorary doctorates. We have framed citations and diplomas, as well as a gift for you that will be present immediately after the ceremony in the Great Hall. Thank you again for honoring this institution by accepting this distinction. Chenen, Gunalshish Hawa. Thank you, Regent Perdue. We would like to thank Todd Sherman, Dean of Liberal Arts, Emeritus, and Jim Brashear, Professor of the UAF Art Department, who created the gifts that you'll see in the Great Hall. The artists donate the funds earned to the Student Ceramic Art Guild. We thank Dean Emeritus Sherman and Professor Brashear for ensuring the Student Ceramic Art Guild is supported in this way. And to our honorees, we are very proud and grateful for all of your contributions to this great institution. Thank you to all the family and friends for attending. A reception follows this ceremony in the Great Hall. We hope that you will stay and enjoy, and thanks for choosing UAF. We are adjourned.